Good day. And today you find us recording in VR, and according to the script, we are again on the hunt for the fun police.
It's a good job I wasn't here when you got the April Fool's sketch banned, as I would have given them a piece of my mind.
Me too.
Yeah, but I don't think you can spare it.
So where are we going today?
It looks like that we will be finding a junction where we have the opportunity to stop the special train departure.
That sounds like a plan.
Yes, we can manage that.
So you want to stop any STDs going around?
Yes, what's wrong with that?
Wait until I talk to my agent.
You haven't...
I do. And my mates think I'm making your lot up.
I know none of my social media groups can believe it either.
Anyway, back to the script. You did say you wanted to do a river run, so it looks like the script writers have been listening. So off we pop, down the river.
I love a scenic route.
I know, and the added benefit is, we don't have to see the glitching scenery.
You were saying?
Yeah, not sure the River Tyne was the type of river they had in mind.
But it does give him the opportunity to bugger about under the bridges.
He has happy memories of his visit to Newcastle.
They let him fly under the bridges?
Really, this has to be part of her act?
What does he mean?
Well, here we go.
Did anyone else think they were in Sydney?
Oh, you thought it was the Sydney Harbour Bridge?
Yes, it does look similar.
Well, it would do as they were both designed and built by the same companies.
I didn't know that.
Yes, both bridges were designed by London firm Mott, Hay and Anderson.
And they built them?
No, both were built by Middlesbrough contractors Dorman Long, which went on to become British Steel.
Fascinating.
Right, let's look for a place to put her down.
Is it right that this was recorded before the UK SIM update?
Why do you ask?
It was just that we came back to see what changes had been made at Newcastle.
Oh, in case we needed to refilm some of it?
Well, that's right, I must admit it looks terrible now. Most of the time bridges have turned into solid walls.
Does nobody check this stuff before it goes out?
Pot and kettle.
So where are we today?
We're on the outskirts of Newcastle, and if we are quick, we can manoeuvre ourselves in front of the FP's train.
What are we looking for?
There's a set of points down there that will send the train onto a quiet siding, but don't hang about as I've places to go and people to see.
Off you pop then, and don't let us keep you.
Hop to it and pull that lever over there?
What the hell? You know it's not lever and it's lever as we speak. Proper over here, mate.
Tom has agreed to show a before and after shot at the end of the video.
I don't give a flick as long as the Cardington hangars look good.
Oops.
Yes, a bloody big oops.
After all that, and I bet it was the wrong train anyway.
Who would have guessed?
Right, let's see if we can find any clues.
Can you get into the train though the service hatch?
What you need is a knockoff Doctor Who sonic screwdriver.
Like this.
That's perfect.
Well, at least we now know he's worth the money.
Who is?
Tom?
We are lucky to have him.
Certainly are, and he's only going to improve and give us some exciting things in the future.
So why are we here today?
I'm afraid I wasn't listening when they revealed it.
What reason has he made up for today's show?
Do none of you even take this stuff seriously?
Look, mate, this might just be a stand-in part for you, but it's our last chance to impress those in charge.
Why? What have they said?
Nothing's been confirmed, so just be on your best behavior.
So I'm not sure I'd have been booked if they'd wanted good behaviour.
Fair enough.
Okay, back to the script.
So why are we here today?
We have to find an undercover agent that's been supplying us with information.
Bloody hell. That's good work. From Tom, the new FX artist?
Can I do it?
Do what?
The lick and describe.
Oh my goodness, not another one. Someone tell them it's like and subscribe.
You do what you lick and I'll do mine.
Well, that was impressive.
Can you imagine how big the electricity bill would be to power that?
But I don't know how they would even measure it.
Measure what?
No watts a unit of electricity?
I don't know. What is the unit for electricity?
Yes, it is.
Sorry? A what? Is the unit for electricity?
Now you've got it?
I got what?
Finally, she's cottoned on.
I'm confused now.
Oh, confused. I saw what you did then.
Well, I was.
She's priceless.
What's going on here? It's turned into some sort of a magic show?
At least it's not David Blaine pouncing around in a see-through box.
Do you get the idea that they weren't interested in what we were doing?
I know what you're saying.
You put your heart into this stuff and they didn't even use our lines of dialogue.
I actually hurt myself in the scene. I just presumed I'd have a stuntman.
Or stunt woman.
And that safety harness slipped and crushed my spuds?
TMI.
But do they care if some of my pixels were damaged and will never look the same again?
Do they
Bloody hell, now we have to do a brain teaser?
And we know how slow he can be sometimes.
Sometimes?
Wow, this is a bit tedious. What do we need to do?
It's one of those memory games you did as a kid.
I don't think they had holograms when I was a child.
For real?
No, it's like the one where you had picture cards face down and tried to find matching pairs.
So where are the cards?
Priceless. That's a nice rack.
Thank you. It's about time you noticed.
That's a bit creepy. It looks a bit like some game meat hung up to mature.
Okay, let's go over to Synth and see if we can find out more of their future plans. Pad on. Hi Synth.
G'day.
There's been a lot of interest in the new RT app.
That's good to hear. If it's a little hard to believe.
The rumour going around the studio is that the new sim has career roles and wondered if you had any news.
Yes, we do. And we are proud that we can now announce that we have a few ideas about some spin-off videos that follow how we progress through different scenarios.
That sounds exciting. Any clues to what we can expect?
Certainly, but much would depend on what is in the final release of 2024.
Of course, but you have an idea.
Sure, we could be sticking to a single series, or might even be running several different ones at the same time.
We did like what we've heard in the forums.
Yes, and we like the idea of most of the hands-on flying missions.
Have you had any luck with animating one of us?
We are looking into various options, and more information may be available by then.
Thank you for your time.
My pleasure.
Pad off?
While we have a gap in the script.
Is it true
Is what true?
that there's a new Xbox coming out?
And it supports VR.
They did mention that there was going to be an upgraded support for VR in MSFS 2024, and being one of the biggest games Sorry Sims, it would make sense that the new Xbox would be VR ready.
Let's hope so.
Do you have any more info on the bridge?
According to my records,
Google.
Leave it, doll.
the bridge is very dear to Geordie hearts and they are hugely proud of it.
As they should be.
So when you discover that Sydney's replica did not open until 1932, 4 years after the Tyne Bridge, you would be forgiven for assuming the Australian design was modelled on Newcastle Bridge.
It makes sense.
However, Sydney's bridge is 3 times as long, almost 3 times as wide and over twice as high as the Newcastle Gateshead thoroughfare.
Impressive.
Yes, and took more than 8 years to build, whereas the Tyne Bridge, begun in August 1925, took less than 3 years to complete.
Fascinating.
So it's that time we went over to our sponsors.
Oh no, there's a problem with the audio.
And our sound engineer, Mick, yes we do, is away on a training course, so we will be able to implement more effects and characters in the future.
Convenient.
Have you tried switching it on and off again? And if that fails, then just give it a thump.
We have some great news about the latest treat from the feed, the Pony Petting Zoo.
What have they got now?
It's big, white, and horny.
I've heard the same thing.
Yes, you've got it. We are proud to introduce Spike,
Who's Spike?
the unicorn.
Where did it come from?
They nurture them.
What do they do to the horses to make them turn into a unicorn?
It's all in the feed they use.
Must be a rare ingredient.
No, it's very common, but it does need to be concentrated.
So for a surprise, we are going behind the scenes to the paddock where Spike is stabled.
Even their shit-sorry manure glitters.
Everything that glitters isn't gold.
Well, it definitely looks like gold.
Hold on, it is gold and in a torus shape.
What is he on about?
Okay, just for you. Imagine the shape of a polo mint.
Because ponies like mints.
Bloody plonker.
Oh, that they like to play polo.
No, the gold is in the shape of a polo mint.
And where did you see it?
It was in the unicorn manure.
I thought that was bullshit.
No, it's true.
Just received an image you might be interested in. Okay. Pad on.
Well, that's not right.
We have just found out what they meant by feed the pony and what's being fed to them.
What were they being fed?
Us?
What do you mean?
The people who come to visit?
Oh my goodness, that can't be right.
You would have hoped?
Really, none of you saw this coming?
How could we?
All the hints. It's been all over many of the last dozen videos.
What has?
All the clues.
Like what?
All the twists in the plot.
You'll have to enlighten us.
Pad on.
How did you do that?
So you can do wonders with a sonic screwdriver.
Go on.
Play plot twists.
Come on, that's more like a spin than a twist.
I think you lot are taking this far too serious.
And that's why they disguised the people's faces at the end shots in the last FP video.
Oh no, does that imply that these people were previous victims?
Looks that way, and we don't need the hassle.
Say what?
Well, they might sue us, so better safe than sorry.
That has left us with a huge problem, and could be the end of this channel.
Things? Can't be that bad?
We're playing chess with a herd of caffeinated squirrels. We're riding a unicycle through a porcupine convention. We're tap dancing on thin ice on the Titanic.
I think he's trying to say we are up shit creek without a paddle.
Without a paddle, we don't even have a boat. Blimey, he's thrown everything into that poster.
We would like to thank those people who stick with this stuff until the end.
Stop blowing smoke. You lot are the weirdest bunch of lovies I've ever met.
None taken?
As you can imagine with this revelation about our sponsors, that we are unsure if the channel will be able to survive another week.
I thought we had already ascertained this twaddle was just that.
Robbie was my favourite.
No, not take that.